Jeff the Jeep guy back again. Today we're going to talk about doing lighting on your Jeep. Now I know there's all different types of lighting. There's people to put the rock lights underneath. They do the lights in the wheel wells. They do the 50-inch light bar across the windshield. They do the A-pillar lights. Like this one has a light mounted on the hood. You've got multiple lights up front. You got your lights here, and then also some lights underneath it. Now, with all those lights, that creates a lot of hassle as far as wiring everything up. You know, the poor battery can only take so much and so many wires on there. So there's a lot of different things out on the market for it. Now, if you're lucky enough to own one of the newer 18 and up JL models with a tow package on it, you'll actually get the 4-switch panel on your dash. Those are nice. They have the relays built into them and everything else, so you can just hook up to the 4 wires under the dash, or under the hood, I'm sorry, typically over here, and then you can control your lights through there. Now, if it's a factory installed switch panel, you can actually use your radio, your touch screen, to set those switches to turn off when you turn the vehicle off, battery powered, so you can turn them on and off. If you turn the vehicle off, the lights still stay on, or you can actually turn them on or set them to a momentary, so you can actually just push the button, and as you're holding it, the lights will come on, or the horn will sound, whatever you hook up to it, and then when you release it, they'll go off. So now if your vehicle didn't come with that from the factory, you can add that on. I believe the kit is just under $400. The labor on it is kind of intense because of all the relays and the harness and everything else you have to run, so be expecting probably just under $1,000 to add those switches in. Now, with that being said, you can always add on a switch panel of your own that's aftermarket that does a lot more than what the factory does. I know there's a lot of different companies out there that offer them. Now again, these videos are my experience, and I got to tell you, I've been running and installing the sPod for a lot of years. Now, love those things. Matter of fact, I took my last Jeep I blew up, so I pulled all the good stuff off of it, so I actually pulled the sPod off of that one, and today I'm going to put it on Cookie Monster here. So she's got a lot of lights on this thing that we're going to use on it. We're going to add some lights and replace some lights. These cheap lights that came with the Jeep, we're going to get rid of those, and we're going to put some Baja Design lights on it. Now, Baja Design makes an excellent light. They make all kinds of different ones. They have light bars, they have lights underneath, they have front lights, fog lights, just a lot of different lights. And Baja Design's a great company because they're one of the few companies out there that uses actually 100% of their chip, their LED chips on it. So they put out a lot of light. Matter of fact, I had the Sport Design fog lights on my front bumper, and they used to come on when I started the Jeep, and I would literally get flashed during the day because those things are so bright. But I tell you, at night, they light up everything you can see. And as far as I know, Florida law says as long as it's below the headlights, you can run those on the road. So anything headlight high or higher, you cannot run those on the road. And matter of fact, Florida law says anything above the headlights on it, you're supposed to have a cover on it as well. I think that's just keep the temptation of flashing somebody if they're flashing their lights at you, so, which of course none of us have ever done. So, but today I'm going to get some help putting this in here, and you can see I got a helper coming in here. He's going to come in, he's going to help me put this sPod in here, so I'm going to let him do most of the work on it, and I'll let him tell you all about the sPod unit we're going to do. All right, cool. All right, so what we got here, basically, this is the sPod Bantam. So this one's a little bit different than some of the other ones that they run. Some of them got a little different switch box and stuff like that, and they got the separate switches across the top of the windshield. People put them in A-pillars and things like that, but this one right here is the one I chose. It's the sPod Bantam. Nice little control box here. You've got place for 8 different options on it. If you have more than 8 things, you can actually chain this to another one, so you can have 16 different options running on it. And what's nice about this, it actually has a touch screen. So when the touch screen lights up, you got your 8 switches on it that are fully programmable. Flash, strobe, momentary, on, off, things like that, you can work through here. You can also set it up to where you hit one switch, it turns on multiple items. The other thing I like about this is it also has inputs in it. So in my last Jeep, I had it set up where when I turned on my headlights, it automatically turned on my fog lights. Now I did hook it up to the low beam, so that way it stayed current with the law. So as soon as I turned my high beams on, it turned the fog lights off of it. but it's a really sleek setup. It's got relays and stuff inside it that's all solid state. So it's not actually a relay, so it's all controlled by that. But you can see it's an easy setup. This basically goes under the hood. These go to the battery. This cable just runs inside the vehicle to your switch panel, and you're all set. You have to start it to activate it. Once you activated it, then you can go through and hook up all your accessories and things on here, and you're good to go. So let's get it installed. Go. Let's install it. All right, so for the install, I think what we're going to end up doing, we're probably going to put this over here closest to the battery. We do have a lot of wires in here that are running inside, so now I'm not going to go through all this install stuff with you. I'm just going to show you what we're going to do here quickly, and then oh yeah, that'll fit perfectly under here. This will come off easy enough. Either that or might need to move it over to here, but we'll get this thing mounted, get that inside. We'll run just one cable over. You can see I've got a mount already set up. I can get this set up inside, go in and get this thing programmed, and we'll be good to go. So how long do you think it'll take to install it? Initial install on it, probably, I don't know, maybe give yourself about a half an hour just to get it installed, get to run the wires on it, finding a way through the firewall and stuff like that. So yeah, I think you'd be good. All right, so there you have it. So we're going to install an sPod in here today, and like I said, like we were talking about earlier, with the sPod you can hook up to 8 different accessories with it. Again, you can run your ARB air compressor excuse me, that we installed prior, rock lights, roof lights, front lights, interior lights. I mean, hook up your CB radio to it, just all kinds of different things you can do with an sPod. Now again, there's other different ones out on the market that are definitely less expensive, but these things have been tested out in the Baja, they've been tested out at King of the Hammers. They hold up, and I believe, like I said, prior to anything I've put on my Jeep, it's tested, I've installed it on other customers' vehicles, things like that. They last. They'll last a long time. They do have the other options that aren't touchscreen, that are regular switches. So go on to 4x4spod.com, check them out, see what you like on there, and if you have any questions or anything on this, just let me know. All right, happy Jeeping. Talk to you soon.